Yo, what's going on everyone? It is Super Cafe back again with another video, and welcome to another episode of SNNC, the Switch 2 edition, where I update you on everything that you would like to know about Nintendo. That is the Super Nintendo News Cafe. We have so much stuff to talk about today, and yes, this is a Switch 2 exclusive SNNC, and I think this is the first time where I've made a video or an SNNC where it is exclusively about one singular topic. I don't think I've ever done this before. And for our first topic, we need to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders. Do you guys remember a couple of weeks ago and everybody was wondering what the heck is the price for this thing and what the heck is the price for these games? A lot of other people were angry as well too, because every single live stream when it came to the Nintendo Treehouse, oh my gosh, was getting dislike bombed and everybody was saying drop the price, drop the price, drop the price, and obviously that didn't happen. People were so angry. They were saying that they were just gonna boycott the Nintendo Switch 2 and they weren't even gonna pick it up at all. But then when you fast forward to April 23rd or April 24th, the Switch 2 pre-orders dropped. If you weren't there in the first 3 or 4 minutes when those pre-orders first dropped, that credit card information already put in with your account already set and ready ahead of time, then you were not guaranteed to get a Nintendo Switch 2 on June 5th. A lot of people could not get pre-orders because they basically sold out immediately. A lot of places, depending on where you live too, were crashing. It was very dependent on where you live and where you don't live. So if you were somebody on the West Coast, it was probably easier for you to maybe get Target pre-orders, but if you were somebody maybe on the East Coast, then Target was just the worst place in the entire world. I don't want to pre-order Nintendo Switch 2. I'm going to get a Nintendo Switch 2 probably on launch day, but I just didn't want to pre-order it myself. I like to go in and buy my stuff. But the whole boycott thing that everybody was talking about, like, oh, I can't support Nintendo, this and that, this thing has already sold 7 million units at the time of this recording. It could potentially be even higher. It's absolutely insane. The Nintendo Switch 2 is already a successful console. Whether you like a Nintendo, whether you don't like Nintendo, whether you think the Nintendo Switch 2 is a scam or not, the system isn't even out yet. And the predictions for how much it's going to sell in the first week is already through the roof. Speaking of pre-orders, most people actually wanted to just buy a basic Nintendo Switch 2 and then a physical copy of Mario Kart World. A lot of people don't like the digital version. People want physical games. Like, everybody loves physical games, even me too. Like, when I get my Nintendo Switch 2, I'm not getting the digital bundle with Mario Kart World. I'm gonna get myself a physical copy. Also, Walmart just completely removed their listing for the Nintendo Switch 2. They just straight up removed it. The pre-orders just went down completely. They were just like, oh, people just bought this thing up already? Oh, we're just gonna take them the pre-orders. Y'all ain't getting nothing. It's over. I do recommend Walmart though if you're picking up any Nintendo Switch 2 games. So many websites. I'm telling you guys, if you weren't there the first like 3 minutes when these pre-orders went live with all of your information already ready to go, then the chances of you getting a Nintendo Switch 2 on launch are so low. And even for people who did get pre-orders later on, you know, when the pre-orders did go live, maybe 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours later, some people were still able to secure them, but a lot of people were actually getting their pre-orders canceled as well too. A lot of pre-orders just got canceled. They're like, oh, we ran out. We have nothing else to do. So hopefully Nintendo kind of can maybe rush out a lot more systems, hopefully, but we'll just have to wait and see until then. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire fiasco with the Nintendo Switch 2 and their pre-orders. People said they were gonna boycott it because, you know, the prices were outrageous. That clearly was not the case for a lot of people. The Nintendo Switch 2 experience just happened in Japan. It actually started yesterday on April 26th and it ends today, which is April 27th. This video is probably gonna be out by April 28th. That's besides the point. And guess what? Somebody already beat a Nintendo Switch 2 game. Nope, no. I'm not saying somebody just played a Nintendo Switch 2 game. Somebody already beat a Nintendo Switch 2 game. I know it's absolutely insane, but a speedrunner by the name of Boiz actually beat Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition already. I don't know how long you get to like actually play the Nintendo Switch 2 games while you're there. I've heard it's like an hour. I think it varies depending on where you are. This guy actually beat Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Switch 2 edition already. He beat the entire game from start to finish. He is probably the first one in the entire world to beat Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Nintendo Switch 2 edition, which is absolutely out of this world. Like, how do you already beat a game that's not even out yet? The game's not out, you beat it? Also, the fact that this guy was speedrunning the game is absolutely insane too. I don't know if you can put this on like speedrun.com or whatever. I'm assuming that he's gonna be the first one on those leaderboards as well too. I mean, that's like undeniable proof right there. Like, I know some people like, you know, cheat in their speedruns, but like this guy, he did it in front of an audience. He recorded the entire thing. He beat the game. I mean, shout outs to this guy. I mean, his main priority wasn't even trying to see how the Nintendo Switch was feeling, maybe messing around with how beautiful Breath of the Wild would look in, you know, 4K, 120 FPS. He was like, nah, I gotta get this speed run done right now and see if it's exactly the same. Do the same strats work? And I guess for anybody who watches these videos and is wondering, maybe you're potentially a speedrunner, I'm pretty sure everything works exactly the same. It's just literally an upscaled version. If you're someone who's gonna pick up a Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day, and maybe you're a Breath of the Wild speedrunner, go ahead and hop on that. And it's RTA viable too. And it's RTA viable. Okay, so you're buying a Nintendo Switch 2, maybe you already have bought a Nintendo Switch 2, or maybe you're thinking about buying a Nintendo Switch 2. Let me put you guys on game real quick. This is not a sponsored segment of the video. I don't get sponsored anywhere. If somebody out there is watching this video and they'd like to sponsor me, please let me know. I'll showcase your product on my little channel. TZGZT, longest durable traveling case for Nintendo Switch 2 2025. It looks like a pretty good portable case for your Nintendo Switch 2. It's actually running for $16.84 right now. The original price, I believe, was $27. It actually comes with a screen protector, which, if I'm not mistaken, and this thing can hold your Nintendo Switch 2 with, you know, your Joy-Cons. It can hold another pair of Joy-Cons, and the fact that it comes with a screen protector as well too. But yeah, if you're picking up a Nintendo Switch 2 or already have one, or you just want something that's really cheap for a really good deal, go buy this right now. It's $16.84. I'm pretty sure you can even Amazon Prime it as well too, so it'll be here before the Nintendo Switch 2 comes out, so hey, that's a bonus. Ah ha ha, poor Hori. You really thought you could run from me? No. I saw those Nintendo Switch 2 accessories that you've been gatekeeping from the United States, but I went to your website. I want to show you guys some very nice official Nintendo Switch 2 accessories that you guys should probably pick up, or at least be on the lookout for, all right? There's a couple of stuff that I don't think a lot of people have been sharing around online. Conversion charts for prices as well too, because for some reason, if you go to the Hori website in the United States, it only shows the Piranha Plant web camera for some reason. It doesn't showcase anything else. But if you actually go to the official Hori website for Japan, that's where they showcase everything when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2. Now, first thing we're going to be looking at is the Nintendo Switch 2 Turbo controller. There's going to be a black variant, a dark blue variant, a yellow variant, and a white variant. The colors are very nice. Kind of also reminds me of the Nintendo Switch Lite as well, and then also kind of OLED. It looks very nice, and this is going to be running you 4,480 yen. I'm going to be putting the conversion on screen. I don't want to do it right now, so I'm just going to make Editor Super Cathay do it for me, because I don't wanna. It also looks like the default when it comes to controllers now is going to be including those back buttons, and I don't really know how I feel about the whole look of these controllers. I think the color schemes are really nice. There's just a lot on the front of the controller, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I actually really like how this looks. You have the same scheme from the Nintendo Switch 1 controllers on the Nintendo Switch 2 controllers. If anything, maybe I would have put the chat button right next to the turbo button, or I would have placed it somewhere else. I don't know how I'm feeling about the placement on this. It just looks weird. It looks like a weird like V shape, and I don't know if I like that. But when it comes to the actual design on the back of the controller though, I like where the back buttons are. I think they're designed pretty nicely. Hopefully they're very comfortable, you know. Also, I looked at the price on this thing, and guess what? You can actually buy this thing on Amazon and have it shipped to the United States of America. So guess what? I'm gonna do you guys a favor and put in the link in the description for you guys as well too. So if you guys want to pick this up for $31, whew, this might be a steal, especially if you want to save some money. I mean, I know a lot of people do not want to spend $85 to $90 on new controllers, all right? Because I'm pretty sure the Switch 2 Pro controller is what, $85? And then the Switch 2 Joy-Cons, those are $95. So if you want a nice, cheap alternative, Hori products are very amazing. Once these do actually come out, I will be reviewing them myself. So if you want to wait until then, perfectly fine. Yeah, I'll put the link in the description for anybody who is interested in obtaining this product. They look pretty nice from what I'm seeing right now. They look very nice. Next up, we actually have the Nintendo Switch 2 USB camera. The thing looks pretty simple. Of course, you can use this thing directly on your Nintendo Switch 2 in handheld mode. You can put it on the Switch while playing it in docked TV mode. You can also use it in tabletop mode as well too, if that is your cup of tea. This thing is going to be running you, it's actually on sale for some reason, 10% off for 3,618 yen. I'll put the conversion on screen because I don't want to do it. For specifications, not all of the cameras are going to be built the same when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2. When it comes to this USB camera, the Piranha Plant camera, and the other more expensive one that Nintendo Switch is dropping for the Nintendo Switch 2, these cameras are not all built the same at all right? So let me go through the specifications because this thing is not the same. Connection method, USB Type-C connectivity. The resolution is going to be 640 by 4080. The frame rate is going to be 30 FPS, and the viewing angle is going to be 85. Connection terminals, USB Type-C to USB Type-C. I'm glad everything for the most part is becoming USB Type-C. It is such an amazing change. I love it so much. The Piranha Plant camera is also going to be 3 FPS as well too. And they're also, of course, not going to be 1080p. If you're looking for a very nice 1080p camera, then you have to go with the one that's supposed to be, you know, mounted right next to your Nintendo Switch 2. This one, you know, is dual. You know, you can use this in dock mode. You can also use it in handheld mode. So you kind of just have to pick your poison when it comes to what you actually do want out of this camera. So, you know, sacrifices unfortunately had to be made when it comes to these cameras. You can either go with the cute one, you know, the cute little black one. You can also go with the cute Piranha Plant one, or you can go with the very basic, you know, lamp, the lamp styled one that I think most people are probably going to get if they want a nicer resolution when it comes to the camera. Me personally, I'm probably just going to get the Piranha Plant one because it looks the nicest. And of course, you can also pre-order this as well on Amazon. It is actually also on sale as well. And of course, you know, your boy Super Cafe, since I'm so generous, I'll put the link in the description for everybody. Now, we actually do have to talk about another camera as well too, especially because, you know, I might as well bring it up as well. The Piranha Plant camera is actually 1,000 more yen than the basic camera that I just showed you guys earlier. So when it comes to this Piranha Plant camera, the camera is in its mouth, which looks sick, by the way. I love this Piranha Plant camera. This is the one that I'm going to be picking up. You could actually close the mouth. That is the privacy feature when it comes to the Piranha Plant camera. Absolutely amazing. But one thing that I didn't notice, that is a feature that this camera has, the pot is, you know, you can put it on a TV, like a monitor and stuff. Is that not so sick? Like, you can actually, oh my gosh, when I get this thing in person, I'm putting it right up here on my monitor. Yeah, it's so sick. You can actually put it on your monitor, and it's absolutely insane. It's going to be 4,980 yen. Of course, conversion, putting it on screen, but it has the exact same specs as the other camera. I don't know if you can put the other, can you put the other camera? Okay, I just didn't realize that until now. Okay, you can do that for the other camera as well too. And it looks like the privacy one for the other one, you just slide a little piece of plastic down so it actually covers the camera as well too. Forgot to mention that, my bad, I didn't even notice it until now. I keep on forgetting that there even is a privacy feature when it comes to these cameras. Now, one of the best things that has ever been dropped, and I don't know why Nintendo isn't selling this themselves. I know Hori's a licensed partner with Nintendo, but I'm just wondering why Nintendo didn't drop this themselves. This is the portable USB hub stand for the Nintendo Switch 2. I grew up, I didn't have a lot of money, so, you know, I didn't bring Joy-Cons. I brought, like, you know, wired controllers because that's all that I had at the time. And, you know, of course, there are no USB-A ports on the Nintendo Switch system itself. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that they actually did this. This is the best way for people to play Nintendo Switch 2 games, either by themselves or with others, if you are a tabletop mode enjoyer, all right? There's been a lot of, you know, crazy cool things when it comes to handheld mode and docked mode when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2, but not a lot, in my opinion, when it comes to tabletop mode, which I think is probably the most underrated mode since there isn't a lot going for it, but this is probably going to change the game. This is a stand, of course, for the Nintendo Switch 2 that you actually put your Switch on top of, kind of like in docked mode, but it actually has USBs on it, on the side of it. It has a USB adapter and it has 2 AC adapters, which are USB-C, which means that you can plug in up to 3 controllers at once while playing in tabletop mode. So you no longer have to only be using wireless controllers. You can now use wired controllers once again. The best part too is that you can also charge a Nintendo Switch 2 while in this mode as well too. This is one of the best things that I've ever seen drop when it comes to official accessories from Nintendo. This is one of the best things I've ever seen. I'm picking this up. 1,000,000% I'm picking this up. Especially when it comes to, like, oh my gosh, imagine, and I hope that there's like a traveling case for people who like to use this. I hope there's one. Please, somebody make it if it's not already a thing already. Please. I will buy it way more because I'm not somebody who takes my dock with me, you know, and I unplug all my cables, especially since, you know, I make content as well. Should say it as well for anybody who's curious. This product does not have a HDMI terminal, so it cannot be used in TV mode. A lot of people who have made similar products like this, they did make it so you can also play in TV mode as well too. That is not going to be the case for this product by Hori. You will not be able to play it in TV mode, and it also says do not use any other AC adapter other than the Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter, so you're gonna need that as well too if you want to actually charge the system as well. And of course, the generous Super Cafe will be putting a link in the description for you guys all as well too. Now we get to talk about the bags, the thing that people are going to be wanting to carry their Nintendo Switch 2s in. Now, of course, there are going to be plenty of cheaper alternatives online, like I just showed you guys the Amazon one earlier. This is about Hori, and they've dropped some pretty nice bags. Now, the first one that I'm showing you guys here is like, this is for like all the accessories. I'm pretty sure you're going to be using this to carry everything. This one's going to carry your Nintendo Switch 2. It's going to carry your dock, your HDMI cables, your AC, cable as well too. Also a Joy-Con grip as well. We have a black coloring that looks pretty nice. We also have a ivory and a beige color. In my opinion, the beige and ivory is so nice. I'm kind of tired. I like the color black a lot, if you guys couldn't tell, but you know, I'm kind of getting sick of it when it comes to all of my merchandise regarding Nintendo. So if I were to pick anything up, I'd probably pick up the ivory and the beige. They look so nice. Holy coat. I was actually talking to a bunch of people in Discord, like, if the Nintendo Switch 2 could be any other color, what would it be? And I got a lot of pastel colors, and I'm telling you, the pastels for the carrying cases are must-haves. If you're going to get any kind of case for the Nintendo Switch 2, if you want to pick something up that's really nice, get the pastel ones. We have a black one, of course, as well. We also have a indigo blue, lime yellow, pastel green, pastel blue, and pastel, and it just looks a lot sleeker as well too, having the Nintendo Switch logo in the bottom right corner. I think the first Nintendo Switch carrying case just had it like in the middle. It was also like black or some kind of gray and you could barely see it. So I'm a little bit confused on what this next product is, and it's another storage unit for the Nintendo Switch 2. This is the Nintendo Switch 2 reversible storage bag. It seems that this is actually a carrying case for the Nintendo Switch 2. You can like reverse it so you can carry more or less stuff. Of course, all of this is literally in Japanese, but I did translate some of it, and the translations aren't that great. It looks like there's two different ways that you can actually use this bag. The first way, you can only carry a Nintendo Switch 2 or a Nintendo Switch or OLED, which they both showcase in this for some reason, a Joy-Con grip, an AC adapter, and just the normal AC cable as well too. If you flip it inside out, it looks like you can then carry a Nintendo Switch 2. It looks like you can then carry a Switch, a dock, HDMI, Joy-Con grip, and then the AC block and cable as well too. So it looks like this is like a 2-for-1 package. I guess this is actually really smart for people who want to save money, because it looks like if you just want to carry a smaller amount of stuff, you can just use it the normal way. But if you're carrying a little bit more, then you can flip it inside out and carry those extra items if you need to. And then once you actually do flip the thing inside out, it then actually does have handles so that you can carry it around outside as well. This is a really nice product too. Wow, the colors also swap depending on which way you're using it. The first way and then the reversible way. So it looks like you can either choose a black and black combo for this bag, or you can do a gray and royal blue, or you can do white and yellow. This is one of the most fire bags I've ever seen. I wish more bags were kind of like this as well too. You can have a more sleeker look if you're carrying, less stuff, or you can just flip that bad boy inside out and carry everything that you actually need to carry. And it looks like there's going to be a medium capacity type, and then there's also going to be a large capacity type. And the price isn't even that bad either. A lot of these prices aren't even bad, especially when it's comparing, especially when it's for USD. If you're American, then I guess these things are like really nice. Or maybe that's just because I live alone. I don't have any other responsibilities besides buying myself nice Nintendo products. For our next product, we have a quilted medium patch for the Nintendo Switch 2. This thing doesn't look too bad. It looks like another basic carrying case for the Nintendo Switch 2, but it looks like it's a lot softer, and I think it looks very cute, honestly. We have a black color, we have a beige color again, and then we also have a green color. I'm loving the diversity when it comes to the colors. I'm so tired of the basic stuff, the basic black. The Switch 2 looks exactly like the Switch 1. I want more colors. So whenever I pick up merchandise for this thing, I'm probably gonna be picking a bunch of different colors, and then it can carry up to 6 games. It looks like the games are going to be on the inside of the actual bag itself. I don't know if I trust it, to not have my games, fly out of there randomly. It looks pretty decent. This is going to be running everybody 3,980 yen. We have the shoulder pouch for the Nintendo Switch 2, which is personally the thing that I'm probably looking forward to. I love my shoulder pouches. I love my messenger bags. Stuff that you just throw around one shoulder is the best thing ever, all right? It's like the peak design. I love it so much. I'm probably gonna be picking this up. It can carry your Nintendo Switch. This one actually does show the Nintendo Switch Lite. During all of these, they just kind of like, oh yeah, this isn't compatible with this, but like the Nintendo Switch 2 is bigger than your first Nintendo Switch and the OLED. So like if it says it's not compatible with the Nintendo Switch, it is, all right? I know Nintendo's saying that it's not, but like whatever, Nintendo, stop lying, all right? This one is going to be carrying your Nintendo Switch, an AC block, and cable as well. Also carrying 6 games as well. The actual backside of this messenger bag, wherever you're going to be wearing this thing, is actually breathable. It has a bunch of holes in here, so you're not going to be getting too sweaty when you're actually using this thing. And I know it's pretty simple when it comes to, you know, all the other bags that we've seen here, and I'm kind of sad that it's only in the color black. I like black, so it's fine. I wish this had some other colors. The thing looks really nice. I've always wanted a Nintendo Switch bag of this kind of design, and it just looks so great. And of course, you can also carry this thing by the handle as well too, if you're not somebody who likes messenger bags or, you know, shoulder pouches as well too. Me personally, I am. So if y'all ever see me out in public somewhere, yeah, I'm probably gonna be rocking this. Like, I'm gonna have this thing by my side 24/7. That was a lot of me talking. That is actually going to be it for today's video. Oh my gosh, there was just so many products to go over and look at. And honestly, for the most part, when it comes to Hori, stupendous job. Everything that I've seen in the catalog for new accessories and peripherals when it comes to Nintendo Switch 2 by Hori, I want to buy. Everything here looks great. It looks amazing. This is great for a first wave of Nintendo products to actually buy, of course. And you can buy these all on Amazon and get them shipped to the United States too, if you want to pick these bad boys up as well. Leave your guys' thoughts and comments down below about if you got a Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order. Do the Hori products look great? I wanted to talk about so much other stuff, but you know, I had to restrain myself and keep it only to Nintendo Switch 2 topics for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of SNNC. Please, if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you didn't, don't leave a like. Hopefully I'll earn it next time. This has been Super Cafe, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.